Adobe Fonts Integration in Adobe Illustrator. Hey guys, Kerry Hawkins here with another VectorMade.com tutorial. I'm continuing my updates to Illustrator 2019. Let's jump right on in. One of the big changes for Illustrator is all of the changes that they've done with fonts. To find fonts, you get a whole lot of new fonts, and then there are cool new options with certain fonts. So let's jump into those. All right, if I just typed out for typography here, and let's just look at some of the options we have here. I like to go with the live menu that changes up top. If you prefer, you can always go into your character menu, or you can go into the properties menu, which will show up here, and you'll get a lot of these same changes. So just do whatever works for you. Anyway, I like to do this. If you come up here and click on this, you'll see a whole lot of new options. Biggies are going to be, you can preview fonts now with whatever you want. So it can be whatever your selection was here. So like typography, if I click here, it'll show me typography. But if I want, I can do the Quick Brown Fox and see what that looks like, or the alphabet, or I can do numbers, or Roger Hungry ate 236 peaches. You've got some options here, which is pretty cool though. And then you can change the size of the preview as well. So if you want to do a medium or a smaller preview, for me, because my resolution is so huge, I like going with the large one. Pick whatever works for your eyes. One of the things that's really cool is the filters. So this is where you can pick the style of font. This would be sans serif, serif, slab serif. This is like a script. You've got sort of decorative down here, hand drawn. This would be like fixed width fonts, and then your blacklit are sort of old Gothic style. Then you also have various properties that you can choose. So this would be thin, medium, and heavy, condensed, regular, and extended. And this is going to be the X height. So as you can see, they show on the H here that the height of the lowercase letters will come to where the top of that H is, and you might have really tall stems out the top or short ones. Then there's also the contrast, which would be, this O is consistent all the way around. This one is a little bit thicker on the edges, and this one's significantly thicker on the edges. And then there's uppercase and lowercase, or only capitals. And then there's the line height of the numbers. So I've run into this before with certain fonts where I like the font, but then the numbers are all over the place, and you have to do some, special work there to get them just right. Or you can just say, I don't want any of those types of fonts. It's really great, very handy. And then just click clear all when you're done. You can also add favorites. So these would be just like fonts that you use all the time. These are fonts that are really common for some of my bigger clients, so I have those in there. And then activated fonts, which I don't have any favorites in there, but these are all new. Well, not all of them are new, but there's a lot more added fonts that you get as part of your Creative Cloud subscription. So that's where a lot of your activated new fonts would be. If you need to find fonts that are now available to you via the cloud, you go into Find More. And there are like thousands now. So look at all that. I'm scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. You have a lot of choices here. And you can use all these filters on these fonts. So you can get some really cool, very nice looking fonts. I mean, just looking through a few of these, I'm like, I will be using Swing Dancer and all of these. I mean, just like some of these look really good. Another really cool thing. This is probably one of the coolest things, but I really don't know how much I'm going to use it, but I love the idea. So let me go and find, let's see. What was a good one? Was it source? Let's just do source. If your font has this little symbol over here, it's like an open type. It says VAR. It's variable, right? You click on this. This little icon will appear, variable font. If you click on that, it will give you a slider with certain qualities. So look, I can just like visually slide in how thick I want this font to be. Is that not the coolest thing? Some of them even have options for other things, like, let me see if I can find it. Let's try this one. So this one has weight, right? So I can go from really thin to a very bold black. And there's also width. So I can make it condensed, sort of regular, maybe a little extended, although I'd say this just goes to regular. But in some of them have, an obliqueness to them, so you can add a little extra slant. But I love this just as far as being able to visually see exactly how thick you want the letters to be. Just a really cool live feature now that is part of Illustrator and has never existed. I love that they add all these new things from time to time. It's just wonderful. So anyway, that's everything inside of here in a nutshell. One thing I might mention that's already existed, but is now in a different spot, and it threw me at first. I thought, did they get rid of this? Because I really liked being able to search for similar fonts, and it used to be up here, but now it's right here. So you'll see the two squiggly lines, and you just click on that to show similar fonts, and it will populate with similar fonts. And that one it didn't do, but it's not perfect. Let me see if I can find a better one. I know that it should show me something for Helvetica. There you go. So you get all these similar fonts now, and you can just pick from those. I've always liked that feature. I use that just about every single day. So when I saw that it wasn't up here anymore, I freaked out a little bit. So if you're like me, you might maybe missed it. It's over here. Anyway, that's everything in this tutorial. Let me know what you guys think of the new updates, if you think these will be extremely helpful to you as I do. And go ahead, like, subscribe, share, do all that wonderful business to help me grow my channel. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.